Welcome back to another Emirates show. As you can see, I have another guest on this week for the Arsenal versus Liverpool game Sunday
Sup.
at 8 p.m. live on Sky Sports. I would like to
Mhm.
introduce you to all to Nana. He is a very long old friend. Played a lot of football
Yeah.
together. We're on a podcast called Blurs Are Us, pop culture, anime, movie reviews, TV show reviews. Give us a shout. Give us a look in on Bloods. All venues that you can get your podcast on. You can find us there on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. Bloods are us. That's our pop culture podcast. Let's go. Um. So, Nana, Arsenal versus Liverpool. Sunday at 8 p.m. How? Looking at the table. Okay, so looking at
Mhm.
the table, Arsenal are, I believe, ninth place. Liverpool are
Yep.
in seventh.
Yep.
Arsenal are 4 points.
We're 4 points between
Arsenal
us.
are 4 points behind Liverpool. Um, in my eyes, I'm not. I would say this is very important. This would be an important game for both teams.
I think right now, with the way the table is and the way the rest of the season is, every game for Liverpool is a must-win. That also can be said for the same for Arsenal, but um, at the beginning of the season, I don't think I had Arsenal in my top four. Do you know
No,
what I mean? So it's one of those ones where um, getting a top four for them will be actually a massive achievement. I think for Liverpool, um, top four is absolutely necessary if we want to bring in some extra firepower to help us get back to the top. Um, like not that I don't rep my team, but during the preseason and with the transfers that we did, um, I didn't think that we would retain the title. I expected us to come second. Obviously, we've had a lot of injuries that's heavily affected how our season's gone.
very
Um,
far from grace.
Yeah, so to be honest, when Van Dijk went down, I was just like, that's it. Like Liverpool aren't winning the league. We're not doing anything this season. Um, and as much as I'm gonna trust in Klopp, I've not agreed with some of the decisions he's made. Like I am one that, and I think this is obviously because of like American football. I don't like to chop and change too much. I like to keep players playing the positions that they're meant to be played in, and I think dropping Henderson and Fabinho into defense was a bit of a mistake because then we had to change the midfield up as well, and then it affected how our wing backs played. And there was a lot of different changes, and I think that affected our style of play and how we play football. Um, a lot of those games we lost anyway, so I would have rather have lost those games with actual centre backs playing at centre back rather than midfielders. And we've seen the effect it's had on having players playing their proper positions. I feel like the last three games we've won, and we've had Nat Phillips and Kabak at centre back,
Mm, yeah,
and we seem to have a little bit more stability.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I can understand all of that, like not chopping and changing. But I saw Van Dijk go down. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
when Van Dijk went down against Everton, I was like,
Yep.
okay. I said it from day dot. I said it as soon as he got injured. I was like, yeah, their season's done. I
Yeah.
never, I
Oh
never,
yeah.
I, I
hundred
never, I
percent.
never expected them to ever be in. I never expected them to be so far from the top four. They're not far from the top four, but they've lost so many more games than you'd ever expect because one person went out. Like were able to keep, were able to keep the ball rolling. Like were scoring goals, but then went through a goal drought, and it was just like,
So again,
jeez.
like as much as I hate to admit this, yeah, because I'm not his biggest fan, but Henderson makes that team tick. Like last season when we were doing really well, it was a lot of his ability to drop back into that back line to allow the likes of Robertson and Arnold to bomb forward. And also you pair that up with Fabinho. Um, when the wing backs went forward, them two kind of dropped back and filled those positions to make us have a solid line.
Yeah.
Um, And I like Thiago, but
He was not necessary.
maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Like I said, with the way the season's gone, we'll never know. If we had
True.
our full 11, or even our full, let's say, well, obviously it's not just 11 on the pitch, you need a squad. So if we had our full 15 players, 15 to 20 players, and majority of them stayed fit, then, maybe it'll be a different story, because one of the contributing factors to our success last season was that we had hardly any injuries. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those ones, maybe, Keita might miss a few games, but again, he was not like first string in that midfield, So majority of the 11 that contributed to us winning the title stayed fit, and it was one of those ones where most Liverpool fans, as much as a lot of them dislike Lovren, when he left, he needed to be replaced, and we didn't.
Yeah,
and it was one of those ones where I didn't mind too much, because I, at the time, believed in the young players that were there, and I felt Klopp would use them more. Now, it's one of those ones where, from the time Van Dijk got injured, if we had played one or two of those young centre backs, by the time we had reached this stage, they would have gotten enough games under their belt that they'll be used to playing with each other. So, I know some Liverpool fans don't rate Nat Phillips or Reece Williams, but if they were constantly playing, they would be up to speed of the speed of the Premier League and be used to it. So, like, even now we've signed Kabak, like it's taken him a few games to kind of get up to speed. The only negative thing I'll say about him, he's a lot slower than I expected. I thought he'd be a lot quicker, and when we play such a high line,
you're not gonna get
not only does your reading of the game need to be on point, but your ability to track back. And there's certain times I've watched him play, and I was just like, I thought you'd be a little bit faster. And yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. Like, for me, like I said, this season is just get as many points as you can. The season's done. I'm not like, if we missed out on top 4, I'll be annoyed. But it's just one of those ones, yeah. With the way the season's gone, you're just gonna have to shrug your shoulders and just accept it.
All right. Seeing as you brought up injuries, like Arsenal, oddly enough, we have obviously it's international break, and we all know when people come back from international break, a couple of people come back injured. For Arsenal, we've got 3 injuries. We got William with a calf strain, Saka with a thigh injury, and Smith Rowe with another injury, which I have no idea. William is 75% chance, Saka is 50% chance, and Smith Rowe is 25% chance of playing the game against Liverpool. I would say let's go to Liverpool, but I think the whole world knows what's going on with them. I know you lot got 7 injuries, and they're to key players,
and so obviously you've got Henderson's out. You've got Kelleher, who's like the first string goalkeeper. So, he's now the number 2, but he's probably not with that. You're not really expecting him to do anything. If Alisson's fit, Alisson plays.
Yeah.
Firmino might play. He's about 75%. He's recovering from a knee injury. They never ever gave out the details. Origi's injured with a muscular injury. I didn't even know about that one. Matip's out for the season. Gomez is out for the season, and
Van Dijk's out for the season. Right.
Pretty much out for the season.
That's insane.
To be honest, yeah, that's actually a healthy injury report. I think there was one point in the season we had 12 guys injured, and they were all out for a substantial period of time. So, to be honest, that doesn't look too bad.
Do you want to understand, yeah, that the only team that's got more injuries than you is the team that's at the bottom of the table, Sheffield United? It's insane. But yeah, injuries.
That's my one player.
Yeah, injuries are insane. Obviously, this game is so important to both sides. So if we win it, we go 1 point behind Liverpool. We should jump back up into the 7th or 6th place, just sitting around there, sitting nice and pretty behind you lot, and giving you lot the most pressure. So
if you win, you lot stay 9th.
Yeah, but we stay 1 point behind you lot.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Also, you got
that's
keep in mind that Everton have a game in hand as well.
Yeah, but we've still got to play Everton. So the thing is, with this long stretcher, we're still playing people that are just above us by what, one or two
Yeah.
or four, 5 points. No one, there's no gap. So like for the importance of this game here, we both teams actually really need to win this game. Like
Mhm.
that, it needs to be a victory from both sides. Like that's what I expect, a
Yeah.
complete and absolute shootout for this game.
I don't know about shootout since our front three has kind of been struggling, but I think Salah scored 2 on the international break. Ronaldo scored 1. I'm not sure. I don't think Mane even went out on the international break.
Nah, I don't think a lot of people, a lot of players
So,
that were playing for African teams went out.
well,
'Cause,
April is a big month for us. We've got Arsenal first, then we've got the Champions League tie with Real Madrid. We've got Villa, another tie with Real Madrid, Leeds, and then Newcastle. So they're all potential winnable games.
yes,
Um, and with the table being as tight as it is, if you can get back-to-back wins, like
you can jump up.
you can jump up.
You can,
Obviously, the teams around you kind of have to drop points as
yeah.
well.
You
But
need the help.
yeah, if we win against you guys, and the teams around us don't pick up any points, we could be fifth, and then we would only be 2 points behind Chelsea.
Exactly. This is what I mean. Like this whole season has been absolutely insane. So regardless if you win or lose, like if everyone else screws up, you're still in the conversation. So
We
when
have
you,
to win. Like
yeah,
there's not
there has
even
to be a
a
victory. Arsenal have
yeah.
to win this game. Like we need to win this game. We can't stay sitting where we are.
Mhm.
But then in my head, like, would you put? Seen as obviously Champions League and Europa League's back next week as well. So
Mhm.
it's the question of who's gonna be potentially rested for this game, who's not gonna be. But like for your chances of European football next year, would you prefer them to win the Champions League and lay off the Premier League and focus more on the Champions League, or would you prefer them try get that Champions League spot again or European spot again, and then work their way back through to the tournament through that? Or what do you feel that your chances are of getting into the European football next year as for Liverpool?
It's tight. Like I'm not very optimistic. Um, with there only being 9 Premier League games left, and I don't know exactly how many days break in between each match with the Champions League. Um, I think with the fact that a lot of players have come back from injuries, the squad should be able to handle it from now to the end of the season to play as many games as need be, as long as we don't get any more injuries to any key players.
Yeah,
Um, the front three obviously need to find their form. Um, I think having Fabinho back and pulling him in midfield offers a lot of protection for that back four. So hopefully we won't be leaking any stupid goals as we've done in previous games. But you just never know football. You just don't know the season. Like what? Not even a worst case scenario, but these players coming back from international break, I'm pretty sure by now they'll be back at Anfield or back in London or wherever they're meant to be
yeah.
back. But you know, have they had their COVID test? Like we might find out between now and Saturday that someone's
That's a good point.
had a false positive or had a false negative, so they can't train. And you know, how much would that happen? How much would that affect the game plan? Because earlier in the season there was, I can't remember what game it was, but like
A lot of
you know
games got
they were they were
postponed.
they, they were training with a particular 11 in mind, and then like the night before that game, Salah couldn't play.
Yeah,
And then how much does that change um, your game plan? Because obviously Salah plays a lot different to other members of front three. Um, even though he's only just joined the team this year,
Jota.
losing Jota for an extended period of time was a big loss because he was scoring goals. And at the times where Firmino or Mane or Salah wasn't performing very well, you could throw him in. And early on, you could see that he had a good understanding with his teammates.
Yeah.
So again, that little period of time, how many games do we lose when he wasn't there? And again, it was another knee injury that was out for extended period of time. So we'll just have to see what happens. Like
So
I am gonna be obviously rooting for us to win every single game, but with the way our team has been performing over the last couple of months, I know that we'll probably lose to like I don't know Crystal Palace or Sheffield United. Do you know what I mean? Like,
So, so all right, percentage out of 100. What are your chances of making European football next year? Like out of 100. Obviously, we're both. Obviously, you're in the knockout. You're in the quarterfinals right now. Okay,
mm,
you're in the quarterfinals. Arsenal's in the quarterfinals. You're in seventh place. Arsenal's in ninth place. You're on 46 points. Arsenal's on 42 points. You are how many points behind Chelsea? You
uh,
are 5 points behind Chelsea,
5 points behind
who are
Chelsea.
in the in full spot.
Mm.
What are your chances of getting into the Champions League, getting back into Europe next year?
I would say about 70%,
All right.
because again, it's one of those ones that we're fortunate in the fact that we have two routes to get into European football next season.
Yeah.
So obviously we can finish in the top four, which will guarantee Champions League. I want to say right now, is it fifth and sixth get Europa League? Obviously, that's not where we want to be, but that is still European football.
Yes.
And then also as well, like the way Real Madrid have been playing, like I don't keep up with Spanish football, but they've
They're
been losing a lot of
susceptible.
games, and yeah,
They're
so they're not the
susceptible to a
Real Madrid
loss.
of old. However, it's still Real Madrid. So
Yeah.
if we get through that, and again, it starts on Saturday. Can we beat Arsenal? Yeah.
No.
Can we take that momentum from beating Arsenal to beat Real Madrid?
No.
And then, like I said, we've got a run of easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy games, but we've got a run of games of against teams
That you should
in
win.
the bottom half of the Premier League that
Yeah.
we should win. So we have a chance. We have a very good chance. Again, like I said, we have the fact that we are still in Champions League contention, so we could potentially get Champions League next season.
That is
via
important.
that. Like, don't get it twisted. We are not the best team in Europe. Yeah, we are not the best team in Europe by a long shot. However, if we can somehow get through Real Madrid, see who we get in the semi-finals, and get through that and get to the finals, it's a 90-minute game. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Like, for Arsenal, we have no chance of doing it in the Premier League. I'm taking the Premier League out of contention. I've took the Premier League out of contention from Christmas. All right, like when we know that's a lie. That's a lie. I took Premier League out of contention from when we lost to Wolves and Aston Villa back to back. That was it.
Yeah.
As soon as we lost those games, I was like, okay, Europa League is the only way that we are going to get back up into the Champions League. I would love it. Look, the thing is, I would love it for us to win Europa League this year. Just for the fact that I'll be able to watch football on Tuesday and Wednesday nights once again. And we will actually have the funds to actually bring players in, which I would absolutely love and enjoy that.
You got to bring in the right players because unfortunately,
but Arteta is doing that though.
Well,
he has.
Who signed Pepe?
That was Unai.
Okay.
Yeah, Arteta has done well. Arteta brought in Gabriel. Okay. He brought in Odegaard.
Yeah. He's on loan.
Yeah, but he's gonna want to bring Odegaard in, like into the fold. Yes, he brought Willian in, which still trying to figure out. I think he's still trying to figure out his legs or whatever it is, but he's starting to play a lot better now recently.
And then what do you think of Partey?
Partey's good, but he's just been injured a lot. He has been injured a lot. Like I feel like if Partey wasn't injured so much, we would have won games that we shouldn't have lost. Like it's just one of those things, isn't it? So for us to make European football, I feel like our route is through Europa League, but don't give up on the Premier League just yet, because right now it looks like every team is going to mess up now because of the international break. I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams are going to have 2 or 3 losses that are above us, and that would help us.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not really been paying attention to Europa League yet. So who's left in there?
Okay, so the idea of the Europa League is that there's potential chance that it'll be an Arsenal versus Manchester United final.
Okay.
So it's Arsenal versus Slava Prague. Then you've got Ajax versus Roma. Then you got Dynamo Zagreb, who beat Tottenham, by the way, 3-0 away. So they beat them against Unai Emery's Villarreal. Then it's Granada versus Manchester United. So if Arsenal beat Slava Prague, we will play either Villarreal or Dynamo, and then United
So
will play either Ajax or Roma.
so the one good thing is that Seville's not in it because Seville used to always win the Europa League. So
Yes,
that's one bonus. But there are some good teams still left in that competition.
there are.
So I
There are,
wouldn't say
but
it's gonna be
Arsenal, we don't have to face Roma or Ajax.
mm,
That is a good thing. Like, all right, yes, we have to play Villarreal and we have to play Dynamo and Slava Prague. Like, if we get past Slava Prague, then we have to play Dynamo or Villarreal. I will take
mm,
my chances against them more than I would against Ajax or Roma.
yeah.
That is the
Okay.
truth. Like, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie, as a fan, I would rather have the easier route to winning a trophy.
Yeah.
Like, we can beat Manchester United. We've proven that we can beat Manchester United. We've proven that we can hold them, we can shut the door on them, and they can't do anything. So Europa League is my main route for that. Going
Yeah.
into Premier League, it all depends on other teams. If other teams screw up, if we beat Liverpool this weekend, then it just makes things even more interesting. If other teams fail to win this weekend, then it's just going to be an absolute cluster. Yeah, let me not go
Mm.
there. All right. So we've both said how much we'd rather have European football, but how would you prefer to see the season finish? How would you what would your ideal season finish to be?
Win every game.
Win every
Like
game.
literally, don't take not even a draw. Like every game needs to be won, and
So
take as many points as you can, and then obviously also win the Champions League. I think that is the best outcome we can hope for. That we win every game, teams around us drop points, we finish in the top four, more than likely fourth, um, and then we win the Champions League.
damn, that's actually not a bad idea. I can't agree with that. I can't disagree with that. Well, to be honest, I guess my
Because
old
the one benefit that we have as well, like no disrespect to Leicester City and Brendan Rodgers, but he has bottled it quite a few times in the past when
yes,
his team have been in the top four and have fallen out of it. So,
yeah,
you know,
he has.
if history repeats itself, it's not going to be too far fetched of an outcome.
Yeah, that's true. Like I would see Arsenal season winning the Europa League, and you know what? I wouldn't care if we don't. If we win the Europa League, I won't give a damn where we finish in the Premier League. I
Mm.
wouldn't care. I really wouldn't care. But being the diehard fan and always wanting to see your team win, because I don't like doing watch-alongs when I'm angry and I'm annoyed at Arsenal. I don't like it. I do not like
they're,
it.
they're, they're fun to
So
watch.
no, but it's a confusing situation. Look at the game with West Ham. We went 3-0 up within 30 minutes, and then we came back to draw the game 3-3. Like, if we could, look, Europa League is my goal right now for Arsenal. I want us to put as much effort into Europa League because we are going to be in a more tight schedule than anyone else because we play on Thursday nights. Then we're going to have to either play Sunday or Saturday, which it'll probably be Sunday late evening or Saturday late evening, which doesn't really give us enough time to recuperate. But then
Mhm.
we don't play again until the next Thursday. So it sort of balances itself out, but in the worst type of way for us. Um, if we can get 27 points for the rest of the season, then that's even better for us. But again, Liverpool's not going to make it easy for us because Liverpool somehow always end up showing up. So look, Arsenal finish above Tottenham. We win Europa League. I'll take that season as a win. All right. So
Mm.
knowing how your team is injury riddled, um,
Mhm.
now what's your starting lineup for this game?
Um, I would go Allison in goal, Nat Phillips and Quebec at centre back, Trent right back, Robertson left back. In midfield, I would go Fab, Genie, and I would probably go play it safe and go KR.
Oh,
Um, I would leave Thiago on the bench for this one. just someone that you can bring in. And up front, I will go Mane, Jota, and Salah.
He kicked Firmino out.
Yeah, I think because he's coming back from an injury and he's not been cleared at 100%. I don't know how much he's been training with the first team. Jota scored on the international break, and he's playing well. Like, keep the hot run going. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's not playing well, then you can bring Bobby on. But till then, keep that front three. Obviously it wasn't great, but you beat Wolves 1-0. So for the most part, keep that team unchanged. Other than I'm gonna take out Thiago and bring in Keita. I want someone that's gonna run around and help with that press.
That is a fair statement. I can't argue with that. That's not a bad lineup.
If I'm honest, he will probably go Thiago instead of Keita.
Yeah,
but I do like Thiago, but I just feel like I want someone that's a little bit more familiar with the system. Even though Keita's probably not, he's been injured a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah. Not bad lineup. Not a bad lineup at all. For Arsenal, my one's pretty much basic. Arsenal one it seems like it's a winning formula. There are a couple changes here and there just because of injuries. So Leno in goal. I'm reluctantly putting Bellerin in at right back. Actually, scratch that. I'm putting Leno in goal. I'm putting Cedric at right back, David Luiz and Gabriel at centre back, and Tierney at left back. Obviously, we're gonna have the pairing of Partey and Xhaka with Pepe, Odegaard, and Aubameyang as attacking mids, with Lacazette leading the line. That is a solid squad. It's just the question of, is Saka going to be fit enough before the game to actually get the starting spot? Is Odegaard really okay against with that when he rolled his ankle during midweek for internationals? I think he is actually playing. I think they're either playing tonight or they just came back. But again, Aubameyang's back at training. He came back from Gabon early. Lacazette never went anywhere because for some reason he has never been called up for international duties. But yeah, that's my starting lineup for this game. I feel like we have the chance to burn your centre backs. If we can burn your centre backs, which would force Robinson and Arnold to stay back, then you won't have much attacking prowess against us. Which will mean that Tierney and Cedric will be able to actually break through the line a lot more, which is good for us. So yeah. For this game, what would you say your prediction is? What would you pass as your prediction?
Ooh, I don't know about prediction, but what I would like is a 2-1 victory with Ox scoring a winner in the 89th minute.
Wow, you're such a pagan. Did you actually just say Ox to? All right, cool. All right, 2-1. All right,
score the winner.
All right.
89th minute.
Nana has gone with the 2-1. Okay. I'm gonna be a bit more realistic. Looking at how your defense hasn't been as great. Your defenders are actually really slow, so we'll be able to Aubameyang and Pepe will be able to exploit that. Odegaard with the breaking ball down. I'm really not sure if your centre backs are very, what's the word I'm looking for, coherent with each other. So they know how each other moves as of yet during game time against fast players. I'm gonna go with, because I can't disagree with Mane and Salah. They're always a threat to score a goal, and you lot did beat us 3-1 earlier on in the year. For this game, I'm going to give it, as much as annoying as I said that both teams need a win, I feel that it's going to end up as a draw. I'm going to say it's going to probably be a 1-1 draw. If it's not 1-1, then it's not going to be a no goal draw. That's for sure. I can see that for sure. It's not going to be a no goal draw. It will be a draw. I see goals in this game, there will be goals in this game. So yeah. So the watch along, everyone. If you want to jump in, watch along with me and Nana as we discuss the game, talk about many other random stuff as well. The stream will be on Twitch on Saturday, We will start at 7:45. We'll do a quick run through of lineups, have a quick catch up on a lot of things that have happened with players coming back from international break and potential transfer rumors of defenders being bought by certain teams. So yeah, we'll go through that. We'll be live on Twitch at m_rich58 on Saturday at 7:45. Hope to all see you there, and stay tuned for our next video on YouTube. See ya.